Hey, what's up everyone? Wolfman here, back at it again with an LEGO Star Wars review, and as what the title would suggest, it is on Saesee Tinn's Jedi Starfighter. Now before I get into the review, just a quick reminder that this is all these reviews that I'm doing is leading up to the review of my Grand Fleet, which is scheduled for the last Saturday of November. Now I still got a lot of fighters, a lot of sets I'm going to be doing reviews on, but I'm going to be finishing up Starfighters by the end of this month. I'm finishing off the Jedi Starfighters that I have, including this one. I got two more after this, but then I'm going to be jumping on to either First Order or Mandalorian. Now, which ones, I'll leave that out there, but you pretty much would know next week after another Mock Monday review, which is coming up this coming Monday. It's going to be the last one. Those ones are going to be in the reviews as well. So if anyone who is at this, so anyone who comes to this channel, I'd like to properly welcome you. And if you want to see these reviews, then feel free to come join the Wolfpack by hitting the subscribe button down below. And I will say that again at the end of this video. And without any further ado, onto the review. And here it is, set number 949A, Saesee Tinn's Jedi Starfighter, released back in 2012, has 244 pieces and comes with 3 minifigures: Jedi Master Even Peel, Saesee Tinn himself, and the Astromech R3D5. I'm of course going to start with the reviews on these guys, and I wish I can remember the names of the species of both Jedi, but if I had to pick one of the two that I favor the most, it would definitely be Saesee Tinn's. Now, one of the prominent features, as you can see in the photo here, with Evan Peel is he actually has an eye out. Now, I do not believe if, and I don't recall if these guys do have double faces. Saesee Tinn might, but I don't know about Evan Peel, if I haven't shown a photo of it already. But I gotta say, I actually like the detailing on these guys, and especially Saesee Tinn. The headpiece for his specific alien species I actually like quite a lot. And I forgot to mention that this set has 2 unique figures, and it happens to be the Astromech and Even Peel. Saesee Tinn you can actually get in another set, which will be a future review, so definitely tune in for that. But other than the uniqueness on these figures, the detailing on these guys, well put together as always, even for a set from a decade ago. These guys are well put together, and I like the color schemes on the Astromech. The color scheme on it doesn't really make you think about anything really unique or anything that stands out. If you guys know what I mean on that, if you saw my review on Plo Koon's Starfighter, then you might know. If you haven't, go ahead and check that one out when you get the time, or maybe even after this. But anywho, I believe that is basically it, but one other thing I forgot to mention is that both Jedi do come with lightsabers. I do not care to put them on once again, but both of them definitely have green-bladed lightsabers. So I believe there's nothing more to say about these minifigures, so I'm going to move them out of the way and move along to the Starfighter itself. And I actually like the color scheme on this. I mean, the white and the dark green and even bits of gold on it. This Starfighter really is well put together. This sucker actually is bigger than some of its predecessors. In fact, I think this is roughly the only model of its design. Maybe I think one other design they've did a few changes on. I unfortunately do not have that sucker, but I actually like how long this Starfighter is, and one of the big prominent features on it happens to be the nose here on the front of the fighter. And I actually quite like the use of this piece on it. One big feature that the sucker does have are missiles, but unlike Mace Windu's, you can actually launch them from the bottom, 2 of them from the bottom, and 2 from the top, which is a nice touch. I mean, a definite toss-up from Mace Windu's, which have 4 missiles on the underside. And of course you got the slot for the Astromech, and one of the biggest upgrades that they have actually done for these Starfighters is the cockpit piece, which is a definite and much needed upgrade, and I'm actually quite thrilled they did that. It does open up. It does not outright remove. Of course, you got room for a Jedi to sit in there, and of course, you can see that there are studs in there, so it sits comfortably in there, well put, and is well secured. And of course, I forgot to show the display here, which is a basic targeting system. And since I've got it in view, the one big upgrade that they've done is change out the tailpiece on the set. And this is a major upgrade. I mean, this sucker is definitely well secured in. It is not going to pop out like in Plo Koon's and Mace Windu's, and even I think even Anakin's Jedi Starfighter, his Delta 7. So that's a definite, much needed upgrade. And I might as well show you guys the underside. It does this once again. This sucker does have landing gear, one nose gear, and two smaller ones. And because of the design change, the designers kind of made the landing gear a little bit smaller. I don't know if that's really noticeable from the physique that it has, but I don't think it is that not too noticeable if anyone does bother to take notice on it. But other than that, it still looks like a very nimble and agile craft. So I almost got no real complaints on that as well. Pardon me while I do this. One of the features that this sucker does have is a slot for a lightsaber for Saesee Tinn that pretty much clips right here. And of course, like Mace Windu's, this does have the thrusters that are not hollow. You actually do got some thruster some pieces in there to replicate the looks of the engine, which is a nice touch. So kudos to that. But one of the big prominent features on this sucker they give this sucker an escape pod feature. The cockpit itself can actually detach, basically like an escape pod. And basically it clips right into there, and of course unfortunately the astromech does not gets to go along for the ride, so even in a battle the cockpit just comes apart, but this sucker would just, I guess, relatively would basically blow up along with the astromech, but the Jedi pilot inside would remain. And I think the only real complaint I have is the space right alongside here. Yeah, just that opening in general. I'll admit I'm being finicky over the sucker not being completely sealed like any other starfighter, but this is a Lego set for scrap's sake. I mean, it's not like this thing is designed to go into space. As crazy and interesting as that would be. But anywho, I actually do like this design a lot. I almost feel bad for not getting multiples, but when it comes to standard or unique Jedi starfighters like Saesee Tinn's here, I just prefer one type. So I don't think there really is anything else to say about this starfighter. I mean, it's unique as it is, pretty agile and pretty streamlined too. So I got nothing other negative things to say about it aside from the cockpit's gaps underneath. So I believe that will be my review. So that was my review on Saesee Tinn's Jedi Starfighter, and if you happen to like that video, please feel free to leave a like down below and come join the Wolfpack once again by hitting the red subscribe button to see more reviews for as long as they're going to be going, and I got quite a handful more to go. And the next one will be Obi-Wan Kenobi's Starfighter, and that's actually one of the newer ones that was released, I believe, this year, so that will be the next one. So definitely tune in for that. Afterwards, it will be Anakin's Ectus 2 Interceptor. So, and after that, I will be tackling either First Order or Mandalorian starfight or starships, I would say. And if you do want, and I do hope that anyone who wants to leave a comment as well. I mean, I like to hear some feedback from anyone who comes across this channel. And I believe all that's left for me to remind you that Jesus loves you more than Elmo and Barney, and I will see you guys next time.